Remember the Great Trade War? It dominated headlines, rattled markets, and had everyone from Wall Street to Main Street asking what would happen next. For years, it was the story that shaped global business, with every new tariff or tweet sending shockwaves through economies around the world. The one that was supposed to bring manufacturing back to American soil, revive the heartland, and cripple China's economic rise. Politicians promised a return to glory, while factories in the Midwest waited for the jobs to come home. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, China braced for impact, but kept building, growing, and adapting. The vision was clear. America would reclaim its crown as the king of global commerce, dominating exports and innovation, while rivals would be forced to play by new rules. The story was simple: put up walls, and the other side would bend. We flexed our economic muscle, expecting the world to fall in line. But reality, as always, was far more complicated. Now, here we are, October 21st, 2025. The battlefield is eerily quiet, the headlines have faded, but the consequences are everywhere. The dust has settled, and the world looks very different. So, who actually won? Was it the side with the loudest threats, or the one with the quietest resilience? The answer isn't found in political speeches or thick government reports. It's not buried in paperwork or echoed in empty auditoriums. The real answer is written in the world's new economic map. It's on display across millions of square meters in southern China, where the world's buyers and sellers now gather, forging new deals and partnership. The victory parade isn't in Washington, D.C. It's at the Canton Fair, where the future of trade is being written in real time, not in policy memos. While we built walls and barriers, China built bridges, container ships that connect continents, high-speed rail that links cities, and fiber-optic cables that carry the world's data. Our tariffs weren't a knockout punch. Instead, they pushed China to become more creative, more resilient, and more ambitious. Factories became smarter, startups flourished, and a new generation of engineers and entrepreneurs rose to the challenge. While we fought yesterday's battle, clinging to old industries and old rivalries, China built tomorrow's economy, one powered by technology, innovation, and global connections. The real story is more complex and more devastating for the old guard. Western companies now face shrinking market shares, while new skyscrapers rise where old factories once stood. The world's center of gravity has shifted. It's not just a change in trade routes, it's a new era, and it's not shifting back. Picture the Canton Fair, not a fair, but a temporary city of commerce in Guangzhou. Over 1.5 million square meters, 250 football fields of products and innovation. It's a sensory overload: medical tech, agricultural drones, transparent solar panels, smart devices, and more. Buyers from Brazil, Nigeria, Italy, Russia, Indonesia, and beyond. Here for business, not politics. China offers price, quality, speed, and scale unmatched anywhere else. It's a global pilgrimage for anyone who makes or sells anything. A small business from Kenya finds water purifier parts. A European giant sources eco-friendly goods. The energy is electric, deals struck, futures forged. While Western politicians drew lines, the world booked flights to Guangzhou. They voted with their wallets and their plane tickets. The results are clear. The world's marketplace is here. Here's the awkward truth. Despite all the headlines and political tension, American buyers are still showing up at the 2025 Canton Fair. Year after year, the world's largest trade show remains packed with U.S. business people, quietly making deals and scouting for the next big product. The fair is a symbol of how deeply intertwined American business is with China's manufacturing might. They're not waving flags or making speeches, but they're signing purchase orders, shaking hands, and sealing deals that keep store shelves stocked back home. For many, it's business as usual, even if the political climate says otherwise. The reality is, political speeches don't assemble iPhones or fill warehouses. Business is pragmatic, and when it comes to efficiency, scale, and speed, pragmatism still points straight to China. The country's factories can ramp up production overnight, delivering millions of units with precision. For a mid-sized U.S. company, moving production isn't like changing coffee shops. It's like moving a mountain. The logistics, the relationships, the know-how, it's all deeply rooted in China's industrial ecosystem. Shifting operations means risking delays, quality issues, and higher costs. The Chinese supply chain is more than just cheap labor. It's a vast, integrated network, fast, efficient, and able to handle complex orders at scale. From raw materials to finished goods, everything is connected. Tariffs? For most companies, they're just another cost of doing business, sometimes absorbed, sometimes quietly passed on to consumers. But rarely do they outweigh the benefits of staying put. Companies adapt, they modify products, reclassify codes, and work closely with Chinese partners to minimize tariffs and keep supply chains running smoothly. Flexibility is key in this ever-changing landscape. It's not just about low wages anymore. It's about a network of skilled workers, advanced technology, and infrastructure that's hard to replicate anywhere else. China offers a one-stop shop for innovation and mass production. The political narrative says decoupling, but the reality on the ground is a quiet, sometimes reluctant, but very real dependence. Behind the scenes, business continues, often out of the spotlight. For every company that announces a move away from China, 100 more quietly renew their contracts, preferring stability over uncertainty. The ties are simply too strong to break overnight. The American handshake is still here, just quieter, more discreet. In the end, the bottom line wins out over politics, and business finds a way. For now, China remains the indispensable partner for US companies, an industrial powerhouse that's hard to leave behind no matter how loud the calls for change. Still think made in China means cheap toys? Time to update. The 2025 Canton Fair is a sci-fi showcase. Robotics, green energy, AI everywhere. China isn't just the world's factory, it's the world's laboratory. Robotics, not just industrial arms, but service robots, agricultural bots, logistics machines, exported globally. Green energy efficient solar panels, wind turbines, electric vehicles, battery swapping tech. Chinese EV brands like BYD and NIO are dominating markets, not just competing. AI is a utility here, embedded in factories, homes, translation devices. China's national mission, lead in AI, and it's working. The West debates, China implements. The pace is relentless, the ambition clear. The future isn't just made in China, it's invented, scaled, and shipped from here. The world is buying in. The technological gap is closing fast. The contrast is stark. Spend a week at the Canton Fair, then watch Western news. In China, build, improve, scale, export. The focus is tangible progress. In the West, endless debate, regulation, and political infighting. China's mantra, build it, make it better, sell it to the world. Western innovation is bogged down. China's is streamlined and relentless. Launching an EV in the West means red tape and politics. In China, it means government support and rapid scaling. The Western model values debate. China values action. While we perfect committee meetings, they perfect assembly lines. Our best minds argue online. Theirs optimize battery chemistry. Robots and solar panels don't wait for consensus, they just work. That's a powerful advantage. The world is noticing. What about those tariffs? The Canton Fair is a monument to their failure. The idea of cutting China out of global trade was a fantasy. Tariffs were a dam, commerce flowed around it. Chinese companies reroute components through Vietnam or Malaysia, same product, new label, tariff-free. The value still goes to China. The label just changes. Supply chains are now more complex, not less reliant on China. American companies still buy Chinese tech, just with a middleman. Tariffs were a 20th century tool for a 21st century problem. The attempt to isolate China only strengthened its global ties. The US risks isolating itself from the new center of trade. The real story of the Canton Fair isn't about America, it's about everyone else. Entrepreneurs from Brazil, Egypt, Indonesia, and beyond come for speed, flexibility, and affordability. China offers what the West often doesn't: willingness to work with small new companies. Startups in Africa can prototype in weeks, not months. Chinese manufacturers customize and scale for anyone. For these entrepreneurs, made in China is a business strategy, not a political statement. This is the new Silk Road. Commerce, not ideology. While the West debates, the world integrates with China. Strip away the politics. China is exporting hope at the 2025 Canton Fair. We built this from nothing. You can too. Here are the tools. For many, it's a refreshing alternative to Western lectures and conditions. China's approach is transactional. You have resources. We have tech. Let's deal. A cheap smartphone is a gateway to opportunity. A solar panel brings light to a village. These exports are catalysts for change, not just products. China's soft power is tangible. Commerce, not propaganda. The world lines up to buy a better future, container by container. While the West exports ideas, China exports infrastructure and possibility. The Canton Fair is where hope is sold and bought. As the Canton Fair ends, the deals made here will ripple worldwide. What happens on these floors doesn't just shape the future of business in China, it sets the tone for global commerce. Every handshake, every signed contract, is a thread in the fabric of a new economic reality. The future, designed and built in China, is shipped to every continent. From smartphones to solar panels, the innovations born here are transforming lives from Lagos to Los Angeles, from São Paulo to Sydney. China's factories hum with the energy of tomorrow, sending waves of change across oceans and borders. This is the closing bell on an old era and the dawn of a new one. The sun rises over a landscape redefined by ambition, technology, and relentless progress. The world is witnessing a shift not just in trade, but in influence and aspiration. The world has changed. The debate is over. The evidence is in the diversity of faces, languages, and ideas converging here. No longer is global trade a one-way street. It's a vibrant, interconnected network with China at its heart. Tariffs and tough talk can't stop this momentum. Despite obstacles and political posturing, the flow of goods, ideas, and capital continues to accelerate, powered by efficiency and scale. China's ecosystem is now essential for the technology of the 21st century. From artificial intelligence to green energy, the breakthroughs shaping our future are increasingly made in China's labs and factories. The West can participate, compete, or complain, but it's no longer leading. The balance of power has shifted, and those who adapt will thrive, while those who resist risk being left behind. The Canton Fair is a symbol. Global trade is now multipolar, with its hub in China. The world's economic center of gravity has moved east, and the world is adjusting to this new reality. You can't legislate a return to the past. Nostalgia is not a strategy. The rules have changed, and the future belongs to those who innovate, not those who cling to yesterday. The future is mass-produced, and it speaks Mandarin. The language of progress is being written in new characters, on new terms. The trade war is over, the results are in. The scoreboard is clear, and the world is moving forward, recalibrating alliances and strategies. One side played checkers, the other played Go. While some focused on short-term wins, others mastered the long game, thinking several moves ahead. The New World Order isn't coming, it's here. The ships have sailed, the deals are done, and the world is already living in the future that was once only imagined.